Hi everyone and welcome back to the Paperless movement. I know many of you have been waiting for this video where I give you a comprehensive list of features that makes Apple Notes the best note-taking app that you can get if you are working inside the Apple ecosystem. And in order to show you this, I have all the three devices here. I have the iPhone and the iPad Pro 2018. It still works without any issues, and the MacBook Pro M1 chip. I will go very quickly through these 34 features, letting you know about all the awesome stuff. And to make it even easier to navigate, we will split the 34 features into 4 categories. The first category is creating notes and formatting notes. The second category is handwritten notes that I will show you on the iPad OS. The third category is document scanning and media file attachments. And the fourth category is notes organization and searching. So let's dive into this. First off, those who follow us on this channel already know one of my favorite features is that I can switch off the screen. I just tap on the screen, it will open my note and I can start writing. Maybe you know this, but maybe you don't know that if you go to the settings and you go to notes and you scroll all the way down, it says lock screen and control center, access notes from lock screen, it is switched on. When you click here, you have additional options. And here you can say resume last note or always create a new note. And the beauty about this is when you say create new note after today, this means whenever I tap on this, you see it's the last note that I took, but it will stay there only for today. Tomorrow it will create a new note. So this way I have automatic daily notes that I can take. And that's the beauty of having this quick access as well. Another way to create notes is by sharing notes. So if we open Safari and we want to share a page, we can just hold and then we can say share and go to notes. And then it will ask if you should create a new note or you pick an existing note and you can append this. You can even add some text here and then we say save. And that's another thing that when we open up notes now, you see it's instantly there. It gives you even a card view. You can click on this and it will open up the website, or you press and hold. Then you can say small images and it makes it a smaller bookmark as well. If you're on a website and you swipe in from the bottom right, you will open up a quick note. But if you're in Safari and you select some text here, or you swipe in here, I can hold and then drop it in here. Quick notes also works great if you have this open. You make a new quick note. I can just hold an image and I can just drag it in here. And it will add this image into the quick note. And then if you tap on top here, it will just open up all the quick notes that you have here. You see the quick notes are available inside notes. You can just drag and drop it into the other notes folder whenever you want to convert this into a normal note. You can also use Siri to create new notes. Siri, erstelle eine neue Notiz, deutsche Notiz. So you see, Siri is set up in German and on my device. So I made a German note, but it also works obviously in so many other languages where Siri is supported. And now you see I made Deutsche Notiz, which means German note. And now I can start writing, or I could have said more. While you're driving with your car, it's easy to create new notes this way. Another way to quick access notes is you go to the icon, you press and hold, and you get this menu there, and yeah, new note, new checklist, new photo, and scan document. Or you bring down the control center and you see here, there's add create new notes. That's the icon for that. If I press and hold this, it gives me also again these options there. If this is not showing up, you can set this up in the settings to add this to your control center. The same applies to your mobile phone for the control center, so you can add this here as well. You see here, I press and hold, I have the same option there as well. When it comes to formatting, we can create a checklist. Now you see, we have these, I can check them off and they will move downwards, the things that are finished already. If you don't want them to move down, you can go to the options here as well. And then you see sort ticked items automatically, or you go to manually. And what this means now, when I tick them off, you see they stay where they are. When we come to organizing and folders later on, I will talk about smart folders, and there's a very powerful feature that I will show you how you find all the notes with the open task. So stay tuned until the end of the video. Another thing is that you can just 3-finger tap and then you get additional options like paste, copy, or undo, redo, or you swipe with them for redo and undo. So these gestures are also working on your iPhone. Another formatting option is creating tables. So you see when I tap in here, I can create here table. I can write in there We can select this. And when you tap the 3 dots here, you can actually change the whole line or the whole column. You can add a column or you can add a row. So you can select the table, go to tables, convert to text, and it will convert the whole table just to text. So if you share websites and YouTube videos with Apple Notes, so I go to share, I go to more, I say Apple Notes, and here we go, create a new note. Then we go back, it created a new note. It took the title of the video and it embeds the video. So I can click here and the video is actually playing inside Apple Notes, which is great. I can go full screen or I press and hold and then I can go for small images and therefore I have just a bookmark card here as well. That's it for creating notes and formatting. Obviously, there's a lot more that you can do. So make sure to check out the Apple Notes course inside the Paperless Movement membership where we go into even more detail and where we update all the features over the time. Now we come to handwritten notes. So on the iPad, you can use your Apple Pencil in order to write stuff. So if you go to the 3 dots, you can go to lines and grids. We make a grid size here and then we just start writing. And all I need to do is double tap on the handwritten text. You see it selects the word. I can select even more. So it selects the whole text. I tap again and here I can say copy as text. And you can now copy this as a converted text somewhere else. I show you inside Apple Notes, so I can just repaste it in here. And now you see it converted it perfectly. Start writing here. Or I double tap again and select the text and I tap and now I can even translate this into a different language. So I could say now, see it translated into German. It even makes how you pronounce this. So I can change different languages and so on. But I think this is pretty awesome. So if you want to draw in Apple Notes, there's also a feature that you know from other note-taking apps maybe as well. If you draw a shape, that's how it looks like. If you draw the same shape and you hold, it will change to a square or, you know, a rectangle and so on. Now you can select this and move it around. Very basic, but it's working. Same applies to circles or stars, see, or even hearts. Now you can make really some diagramming or mind mapping. So if I make a square and I make another square and I write something, draw a line and make this, and now you see it makes a proper arrow or like this. So I think that's really nice. So there's also the option to insert space. As you press hold and then you say insert space, then you can even move this around, how much space you want to add. That's also possible. I like it that here's the dark mode on the iPhone, but it still shows the shapes. So here we draw in black, but it makes it white on the iPhone. That's great. However, when we go to the handwritten text and I select it here, it just adds it as an image. So it's not possible like here where we double tap and it will select actually the text. That's something that is still missing. Now let's go to the document scanning options. So you might be aware that you can scan documents with your iPad or iPhone and then you place it inside your Apple Notes. That's fine, but did you know that you also can scan handwritten text? In order to demonstrate this, I use this simple piece of paper here with a bit text on it. And we lay it down there. We just go to the icon up there, or from other things, we can say scan text. And you see it adds it live inside the note. On top here, it says already our paper note. I hit insert and now it inserted a paper note. But we could also scan the document. So we just use it there this way and it recognized it automatically. It puts it there. We open this up. We just move it around. And there we see this is a test note. We say done. And now it added it here. Scan documents. You press and hold. You can say large image. So it makes it bigger. But the great thing is now when we remove paper note here, just for demonstration, that this is now actually searchable. So let's go to another note. We go to search and say paper. And there we go. It shows me the note and it jumps directly to the scanned document. And this is actually handwritten. Obviously, this also works with your invoices and all the other things. You could simply scan the invoices and then later on, once you need to find the invoice, you would just scan for the company or the invoice number or things like that, and it will find the document for you. And then whenever you want to share this, you can just go here, share, and it is a PDF file that you can send via email or per AirDrop to another device and so on. This is really awesome. But it goes further. It actually allows you to even use the new live text feature in iOS 16. That's not available on the iPad right now because iPadOS 16 is not installed yet. However, on the iPhone iOS 16, it's already there. So I have an example here, for example, where I just added a video creating a card. You see, this is in German actually. And this is a very quick recording, but down there, the three dots, you hit them and you say show text, and you see now it highlights all the text. And now I could even go to translate, and then you can now use this text as well. Unfortunately, the moment I was testing this, the videos weren't searchable. I think this would be really powerful when you search inside your notes and the videos become searchable as well, like I just showed you with the PDF document. This would be really awesome. Going back to the document that we just scanned, I can open up this document and I can just simply start annotating on there and doing exactly the same things that we had before, creating annotations inside the PDFs and then close them and they will be saved. So I could now send this or print it out if you really want to print stuff, and then this stays in there. So that's really convenient. Another great feature is when you're on your MacBook and you want to quickly add a sketch or a photo or something, I can say, for example, add sketch on my MacBook, and it will wait and will automatically open up a place where I can draw stuff on my iPad, and it will then, when I say done, it will add this to the MacBook, and you see here it's on the MacBook. That's really awesome. The same applies to adding photos from my iPhone. See, it opens up automatically the camera. Now I could make a picture and then I say use photo, and it adds it automatically to the node on the Mac. So I can keep working on the MacBook and use the other devices to capture stuff. Another thing that you might not be aware of is that you can use your voice memos. So if you have an audio recording that you record and you want to share this with your notes, you just go to the recording, hit share, and you just share it with the note like this one, and you will append this, or you can create a new note. And then when we go back here, you see now when we scroll down, there is the audio recording, and the good thing is I can simply play this back and even scroll through this audio recording in here. So you can have a collection of audio recordings in there. The other thing is when you bring in other apps, most of the things you can actually drag and drop. So I could now use this and drag it on in there. So there's no need to share stuff. The same applies to documents, videos, and so many other files that you can just drag and drop into your Apple Notes. Now we come to notes organization, searching, and sharing of notes. So in order to use hashtags, you can even use your Apple Pencil and just write a hashtag. So whenever you start taking a note and you want to categorize these notes, instead of folders, you're using hashtags, you just write down a hashtag. In this case, I call it test. When we say, wait a second, you see very faintly it underlines the hashtag. I just tap on there and then it asks me if it should convert to a hashtag. I tap on this, now the underline becomes yellow. This means the hashtag is now available down here. I hit the test hashtag and you see the note comes up here because I use test here. That's really awesome. Of course, I can just write a hashtag as well, but I thought that's a feature that not many know, that you even can handwrite these hashtags inside Apple Notes and it will convert it to proper hashtags to become searchable. So very quickly for organization, when you are inside there, you can swipe on folders, for example, and then there you have additional options like the folder option where you can move the folder, you can delete the folder, you can share it with people, go into the folder, and there again you can swipe. You have additional options like sharing, moving to a different folder, deleting, or the other way around, and you can pin it. Or when you slowly go, it will stay there and you can tap to pin it. So now it's pinned inside this folder or on top of everything, it's pinned as well. And these are the pinned notes. That's another way to organize notes. You just pin and it stays on the folder pinned, or on the top level, it is pinned as well. If you're inside a folder, you have different sorting options. So you go to the three dots of the folder. You can say sort notes by date edited, date created, or title. And when you go there, there's newest to oldest or oldest to newest, right? So you go to date created, for example, and then you have an additional option, which is available in the new iOS that will come to the iPad as well. But I show you on the iPhone now, because there's the iOS 16. When you go there, and we are in the folder, we go to the three dots, and there's another thing like grouped by date. It is now grouped by different dates, which is really nice. And that's another great option that you will get in the new iPadOS as well. If you want to reorganize your folders, you simply drag and drop your folder into different places. So you just hover over another thing and now it makes it a subfolder. You can make subfolders up to 5 levels deep. Another thing is the visualization of your notes. So when you go to notes and you go to the three dots up here, you can view as a gallery as well. So it gives you more of the content and you can change the size. So if you have a lot with a lot of pictures in there, that might be nice for you to visualize. And here you can say view attachments. So this way it shows you all the attachments that you have attached to these sites, even the websites, the audio recordings, the documents that you have there. This is really convenient to get an overview of all the things that you added to the different notes. Here, for example, the photos. Now you can go to show all and scroll through the photos that you added to all the notes. So you can even go here and say convert to smart folder, and then you say convert to smart folder. And now it is a smart folder. So what are smart folders actually? So if I go here and say edit smart folder, I have different options. This is the old version still, where you can just select different hashtags and it would add all the notes with the different hashtags in there. See, no notes are shown. Why? Because only notes that have these 3 types of hashtags would show up now. So if I remove this, only the Apple Notes hashtag notes will show up. So what was the purpose of converting this to a smart folder? Well, by doing this, it added to all the notes a hashtag Apple Notes. Okay, to do this again, to show you, for example, courses, if you go to course, see there is no hashtag here, right? But if I convert this folder now into a smart folder, it adds a hashtag courses there. And therefore makes also the rule for the smart folder to only include notes that contain courses. All right, that's very basic, but with the new iOS, and it is also coming to the iPadOS, smart folders are even better. So when we go here, we just created the Apple Notes smart folder. Let's go in there and then edit the smart folder in here. And there you see manage smart folder. Now I have other things. I can say all selected text, any selected text, any tag, or no tags, or off. Right, so I can say now any selected text, and then I can select several tags, and it will now include all the notes with the different tags as well. But that's just the beginning, because there's even more that I want to show you. We can double tap, see, it says only show me the note that has a to-do, but exclude the notes that have Apple Notes and hashtag as a hashtag. So this is really nice. And another thing is you have even more filters now. So I can filter by date created. So if I just want to go here and say last 7 days, this would be a folder that shows me always only the notes of the last 7 days or last 3 months and so on, or custom range. So you have a relative range here. You can say the past hour and so on. That's really powerful. Same applies to date edited, but here very nice is checklists. So I could say, show me only the notes that have unticked checklist. And that's what I showed you in the beginning. You can create checklists and then actually make a smart folder that only shows me notes that have checklists in there with unchecked things. So when I check this off now, see it switch to all iCloud. It's no longer part of the Apple Notes folder. So when I check all them off, all the notes that are in here, see, it moves it automatically out of this smart list. And that's really nice, because this way you can have one smart folder that tracks all the open tasks that you still have to do. And there we go. Apple Notes is now empty. When I create a new note anywhere, right? I just create a new note anywhere. I add a new checklist with open items that I need to do. Let's say I make some notes during a meeting that I won't want to forget. I just done. It is placed in all my notes, not even in a folder, but now I can go to Apple Notes and this note shows up because there are open items. And this is where I really think this is so powerful, that you can start taking notes randomly just by using some hashtags or using checklists, and then have smart folders in order to find the relevant information later on. And that makes it now so powerful and the best note-taking app to use if you want to build a single source of truth for your temporary notes. When I say temporary notes, what do I mean by this? I personally use Apple Notes only for temporary notes. These are notes that I might need later on, that I don't want to forget, where I just make quick notes if I go shopping and I need some sketches and things like that. How to build a proper knowledge management system, that's something we show inside the Paperless Movement membership during our iCore Mastery course, where we dive deeper into this. How you capture information, how to process information, where to place it to make it actionable items out of them, and all this you learn inside the iCore Mastery course. So if this is something you want to set up, a productivity system end-to-end that works automatically for you, then you should check out the iCore Mastery course. Or if you're more interested in just in Apple Notes, there's also the Apple Notes course in there. That's the tool-specific courses that we offer, along with many others like Notion, Todoist, and many more. There are a few more things that I want to share with you. So one thing is that you can, when it comes to searching, you can search just by using spotlights. See, it shows me the notes that I've taken where I said paper notes. So when I click here, it goes to the relevant note. Another thing that I really like is the widgets. So I can actually place here widgets of the notes. So I use the note, I use this, add widget, and therefore I have quick access to these notes. However, if I press and hold and say edit widget, I can say what folder and then use a smart folder again, bring it up here, and now you see this is the only note that has open tasks to do. So this means all the notes that I have open tasks with, I can bring in as a widget here. The same applies to my iPhone. I can have the same thing here as well. So you press and hold, bring in the widget, and then press and hold, edit widget, and then pick a smart folder. And again, it just shows you the note that it contains some open tasks. So you see how everything starts to work together. It's all about writing down your processes. What do you need out of this app? Do you actually need it for note taking? Go in the comments below. Let us know what you use Apple Notes for and how this might help you to improve your processes. But inside the Paperless Movement membership, we talk about a tool agnostic process, the tool independent process that you do, your work, your daily work. And once you figure out what you're doing, you will find the right apps and tools that work best for you. Maybe Apple Notes is not the case, but you see, we can make it work. I start taking notes in a meeting, I make some quick checklists that I need to complete, and I make a smart folder so it appears inside the smart folder. And now I have widgets, so without even opening notes, I see instantly the things that I still need to work on. You can just live from this one app alone, by just having it set up this way. And one last thing is another search feature. So when we open up our note again and you go to the three dots on top, you can say find a note. So you could now just search for a word like start. And you see it finds even my handwriting and it also highlights the other thing. So now I could jump between the highlights that found inside the note. However, I can go here and say find and replace. And now I can say replace start with stop. And you see it replaced stop. Obviously the handwriting wasn't replaced with stop. However, if you have then type text, it is a nice feature that not many of these kind of note-taking apps offer to you to find and replace. Obviously, if you're in a Word document or Google Doc, that's normal that you use a find and replace feature. This is a way to easily do this even inside Apple Notes without copying out and bring it back in. I'm pretty confident that with these new features like the smart folders and the live text that you have from the videos and all the content that you can bring into Apple Notes, that they will keep working on Apple Notes, because in my opinion it's still an underestimated free application that comes along with any of your Apple devices. And it is so great to access and to use in so many different ways that I really hope that this video was useful to you. And if it was, make sure that you share it with your friends, like the video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so I can catch you up next time with another video to show you how to improve your productivity.